Okay, now I'm tightening this up, so it should theoretically pull. It should pull this collar down on that inner tube and essentially seat it in place. And once it's seated, then it's going to hold the shift tube in place. So basically what happened is these nuts loosened up and essentially let the shift tube, rise up and quit engaging. Now I don't know if I want to tighten these too much, because if they pop out of that slot, then I'm in trouble. Now what I did in order to hold the shift tube down while I was doing this is I just used essentially a cargo strap, and I kind of I just hooked it right on the edge here and pulled it back kind of around a piece of metal underneath there just to hold this down. So now that I've got this shift tube, I'm going to release this and see if that shifter doesn't stay in place. So it actually seems to be in place now and shifting just fine. Now, one thing I'll have to do, yep, seems to be working. There's one more piece that you have to do, and on my truck it's way underneath there. You have to make sure there's a little tab that flicks the, that pushes the park switch, neutral switch, and it holds it down. If that tab is on the wrong side of that switch, I'll have to get it over the switch. Hopefully it's on the right side of the switch at this point. Otherwise I'll have to get down and jostle it to get it over there. So at this point, this is my biggest question, and that is that this, so if I were to put this, if I were to try to put this guy here in, then I have the, let's see, if I have this lower, so you have this lower split ring, and that's too high. I mean, basically what it looks like is that split ring might actually go on the other side of this bracket, which isn't what the diagrams show, and that kind of makes me believe that this steering wheel shaft isn't really in the right place. But there's no way this bearing will seat down inside of there with that lower bracket on. So I literally have to take that lower split ring off and push this down inside, and that doesn't seem to be right. So from what I can tell, this shaft is not really in the right place, but I'm not sure about that. I'll have to repost this video to find out what's going on there.